FamZone TV and DEEGAL Talks Football, as we do, linking up every Wednesday from 2 till 3. It's on DEEGAL's channel, or it's on my channel. Today it's on FamZone. You know how it goes. What's going on, my bro?
Bro, I think I got the super flu. I've been out for the count for days. Yeah, so if anybody's wondering why I haven't been doing videos, that's probably why.
It's going around, to be fair. It's been going around.
Bro,
like this.
When I tell you, I'm never the kind of person to go to sleep early. The last couple of days, I've been going to sleep like at 6.
6 is early. 6 is real early.
Crazy early.
I'm an early bird. I'll go to bed early and wake up early. I don't go to bed later than 10.
To me, 8 o'clock is early. 6 is not normal.
Yeah, 8 o'clock's early. I'll go to bed at 10 anyway. I ain't even got my light on. Oh, mad.
I go to bed like midnight on a regular.
Nah, midnight's too late.
Nah, because I always have stuff to do, or I'm keeping up with other stuff.
Midnight.
Like, for example, Monday, I was still kind of ill, but I stayed up to watch like Monday Night Football in America. That ends at like 3 a.m.
No chance. I'm doing all that.
Yeah.
No chance.
What are you gonna do during the World Cup? Are you gonna keep up with the games that start at 2 a.m. or something?
I'm not sure. I haven't thought about it yet. Not sure. That's a good question, bro.
What would you do if Arsenal games were at 3 a.m.?
I'll watch them.
So you'd end up watching it if you care.
I'll watch that. Like the World Cup, like you say, I'll probably end up watching that. But if it's like the Copa America and stuff,
preseason, do you watch preseason games at 1 a.m.?
Only certain games. Arsenal, not other games. Certain games, yeah. I'll watch the World Cup games, but I'll pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? I'll pick and choose as it goes along. You know what I'm saying?
Some people are gonna have to be jobless to be able to keep up with it.
Literally.
But
we're just saying. I haven't spoke to you since Wolves, to be fair. Remember we was talking about the resting players and all that stuff. I haven't spoke to you since Wolves, so
yeah. You know what?
You still think we should have rested those players? Because
I think you should have started Eze and Odegaard together, and should have rested maybe one of Zubimendi or Rice. The more creativity would have been helpful to start the game. Their game plan from the beginning was to defend. So maybe more creativity would have been more helpful. My thing is not about resting. My thing is about picking the team for that said game and finding places where you don't necessarily need to play certain players. Because we don't need to play Zubimendi and Rice every game. Every game, Zubimendi and Rice don't need to play. There's certain games it would be more suited to.
You say that. I agree with you. I just think it's hard to kind of know what games you think that they shouldn't play in.
Bottom of the table Wolves, I expected us to smash them. Now, that's not what happened. Wolves played very well defensively, and we struggled to break them down. And maybe more creativity on the pitch to start the game, maybe we would have had a better start to the game.
I just think it was one of them games where it just didn't go as we planned. I don't think it really made... I mean, of course, you're always going to say whoever plays, this would have been different or that would have been different, but I just think it's one of them games where you play badly and you've got to try and still find a way to win. It's one of them games, bro. You're not going to play well. It's just how it goes.
One thing I'm not going to do, though? I was upset in the performance, but I'm not going to sit here and bitch and moan about a win. Like, we won the game. It's over. We move on. Sometimes you get lucky. Like, not every game needs...
You get lucky. People always say you make your own luck, or people always say to win a title, we need a little bit of luck as well. Well, this is a little bit of luck that we needed. We got 2 on goal. This is part of it. We've had this a couple of times this season, though. We had it against Man United, but we were dreadful. Ended up winning the game.
The thing is, first game of the season is always like that. I think people have goldfish memories, and a lot of people don't like me because I just point out the obvious, and they start getting angry. But the obvious statement is, the 3 points is all that matters. The performance. Yeah, you want a good performance. Yeah, it's against bottom of the table Wolves, but I expect any team that comes to Emirates is going to sit back and be very defensive. We score one of those headers from Martinelli, it's a completely different game. It's a completely different game. Martinelli had 2 clear headers at the back post.
You say that, but we were 1-0 up still.
Yeah, we were 1-0 up. What happened, in my opinion, is why Arteta and Rice were angry after the game. The whole team just fell into a shell and got defensive. And I think who starts that? Who says, you know what, we're going to be defensive for the next 10 minutes? The manager
no one starts it. It just gets into a pattern of play, innit? Like that's happened plenty of times when I've played games or when things have happened. Like you get into a pattern of play where you go into survival mode, innit? When you technically, it's a mental thing. It happens. And the only team I've ever seen, well, the only couple of teams I've ever seen that don't have that is the old school Barcelona with Pep and Man City with Pep.
No, you say that, but I seen it this year against Brighton. I remember there was a moment in that game where you just knew Brighton were going to get something because City were going into a shell.
No, that's City. No, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about the greatest teams, the greatest Barcelona team, the Messi, the Iniesta, Busquets with Pep, and the Silva, De Bruyne, all that team with Pep. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying they're the only 2 teams in the last 15, 20 years that I've seen that don't have this survival mode at some point. They just constantly would just dominate the ball and continue attacking. And it doesn't matter if they're 1-0 up, they'd have the ball for the whole game still. They're the only 2 teams. So I haven't seen any other teams do that.
I think there's 2 things that piss people off the most. 1, the way we conceded the goal. And 2, the fact that none of our goals actually came from one of our players. That's the 2 things that probably annoy people the most from this. Yeah,
it was a bad performance. I think the performance was really bad. Like it was and I think we've got to be honest about it. That's one of the worst performances we've had in the last few years. It's a bad performance. No one really played well. There's hardly any good players that played well.
I think there was 2 or 3 you could pick out and say, you know what, they had good games.
Who?
I thought Rice was good.
Rice was good.
I look at the back line. I say to myself, what did they really do wrong?
I agree with you.
Right?
Ben White was decent before he came on. He was decent.
Saka was the best player on the pitch for us.
Nah, I don't think he was that good. He was decisive.
Saka carried us.
Nah, that's not carrying.
He carried us to victory.
I don't think so.
So what did Saka do then? The man basically forced the 2 own goals.
Yeah, he forced the 2 own goals. Yeah, one was a corner, and the other one was a cross. Yeah, he forced the 2 own goals. But I would say Jesus forced one of the own goals as well.
Yeah, you can give Jesus credit also, but my point is, there were individuals that did something. I don't think this is our worst performance based on how we played throughout the run of the game. I think it's based on the opponent that we played and the level of opponent that we played. It was not one of our best opponents. It was not one of our best performances. No, not at all.
And I think it's about the expectation as well, based on who we're
playing.
There you
go. I think it's really down to the fact that we hyped ourselves up for this being a potential smacking, and
it doesn't work like that.
Maybe the game versus Manchester United really opened their eyes to how they need to approach these games and change their approach, because the team that played against us and the approach that they had against us was completely different to the approach that they had against Manchester United.
I agree. I mean, I don't know if there's any explanation as to why we play so badly. I don't think even Arteta even knows. I think it's just one of those things that you're just not going to play well every time. I think we just got to just leave it down to that. It happens.
A lot of people are saying it's mental. Do you think everything is just down to mental?
No. Just everything.
I feel like it's a I don't know. Is it a very English thing to just say anytime anything goes wrong, it's a mental issue?
It's a cliche word that kind of sounds good online.
It's the mentality. Good. That's why you lost, or that's why you drew, or that's why you played bad. Like,
I guess everything's the mentality, everything's the mentality. I'm just saying this game is just one of those games where you just can't play well every game. It's just a fact. You just can't. It's just not possible to be 10 out of 10 every game.
You think they're tired?
I don't think they're tired. I just think they just had a bad game. It happens. Like if you play high level sport, there's going to be days you're not playing well. It's just the way it
Have
goes.
we had a bad week? Because think about it. We drew to Aston Villa, we lost to Aston Villa. We drew to Sunderland. We drew to Chelsea. We've had a bad couple weeks. Based on our standards.
A couple of weeks, it stemmed from the Chelsea. I think if we had beat Chelsea, I think it would have been I think we would have kind of, because like I said, we had too many draws last year. So we've got to turn draws into wins and losses. So it sounds weird. No, but what I'm saying is, it sounds weird, but 2 draws is worse than a win and a loss. Do you get it? So
yeah,
if we draw with Chelsea and lose to Aston Villa, that's not as good. We needed to have beat Chelsea and lose to Aston Villa, technically. You know what I mean? Lose to Sunderland and beat Tottenham. That's better than drawing with Sunderland and drawing with Tottenham. We actually need to be more. It's funny. We actually need to be more up and down for more points than we need to be consistent, smooth sailing across the board. It's weird.
So what's the issues for you? Because for me, it stems from one side of the pitch.
What do you mean, one side of the pitch?
The defensive injuries has led to us leaking more goals, but has it also led to us having less confidence in our attack?
I just think we've been decimated by injuries, bro. Like, so far, our squad has held up their end of the bargain. Like, we bought a big squad with quality players for them to be able to get through games, and that's what they're doing, bro. Chelsea's not going to be an easy game whether we've got our first team or not. Aston Villa away is not going to be an easy game whether we've got Gabriel Saliba or not. So these guys, they're actually showing the quality that they need to be able to continue. They're still top of the league, bro.
So are you more... You know what I find? I find the morale of the fan base has hit a low. As if City has already overtaken us and mathematically they have a better chance of winning the league than us now. That's how it feels from certain set of fans. You were on the show yesterday. Certain set of fans were already speaking like that. Am I wrong?
They think like that anyway. That's just how they think in general. They think like that. We're top of the league and they can't find one positive. They're talking about we've got to change our system. We're top of the Premier League and the Champions League. They're talking about changing the system. We're top of the league and the Champions League. They're talking about Arteta's rubbish. He needs to leave. But we're top of both leagues. Who sacks their manager when you're top of the Champions League and beating all the form teams in the Europe and the top of the Premier League? Who does that? I've never known a manager to be getting sacked when the team is top of the league. I haven't seen that. I know teams have sacked managers when they win trophies and have done that before when they want to move on and stuff like that. But who sacks a manager when your team is so far the best team in the land?
Bro, I don't know what the political correct way of saying this is. Some people are just kind of lost it in the head, man.
Well, you know what it is? It gets to the point where it becomes a little bit like tiring, isn't it? To kind of be like we can have the conversation at the end of the season if you really want, because this is your narrative that you want to paint. That's fine. I don't it doesn't make no difference to me whether you want to sack Arteta or not. I don't actually care what certain people think. I'm only doing it because we're on stream TV. I don't actually care. I'm saying, but when I'm talking about certain situations and certain things, you can't tell me, oh yeah, we need to change our system to get it when we're top of leagues.
What we do need to worry about is our preparation for these games, because how are we having so many injuries? Is there something wrong at the training ground? Is it the type of grass that they use? What is it that's causing all these ankle, MCL, all these injuries? Because hamstring injuries, MCL injuries, consistently getting the same type of injuries across the whole team. What is it? You know what it is? You're mute. I can't hear you.
Sorry, this is another question that irritates me when people have this conversation. I need to know anyone online talking, a physiotherapist.
I spoke to Sam. She basically said it could just be a culmination of playing multiple seasons back to back of 50+ games.
Yeah, but Now, what I'm saying is, all these people that are coming online saying this is the reason because he. Someone said to me yesterday, yeah, that's why Gabriel's injured because he came on for 20 minutes against Port Vale. And I'm like,
Yeah, no, honestly,
have you done any studying to be?
I don't even know who said that, but it just comes off as like a very simpleton response.
Bro, it's you know what it is. It gets to the point where it's like, bro, like these guys are experts in their field, innit? I'm pretty certain if you was a like, you know what it is? It's always easier to talk than it is to do. So I really want to see people because I think what we need to start doing, and I think all content creators should do this just for fun. Like all the bigger content creators all get together. Everyone should either like start like managing something or playing football, or we should all do something so we can all just get a real understanding of what's going on. Because when I'm online, I'm talking to people. I've got my coaching badges, innit? I've got my coaching badges that not many people have. So it's quite hard for me to like talk to certain people about stuff when I've actually been in the field. And then I have certain situations where I'm with around footballers. I've played at a high level. I've played with. Not many people have. So when I talk to people, it's just purely just words. Do you see what I'm saying? And when I try to explain certain things, there's games where I used to coach like, say like an academy team that's say like under 15, for example, yeah. And we're playing a team, like we were playing a team, let's say like Chelsea, for example, that will wait that are technically better, but we're winning the game and we're playing well, and we're passing out from the back and we're maneuvering the ball around and we're ticking. It's brilliant. When it gets to the last 7, 8 minutes of the game, I've turned from Guardiola into Tony Pulis because I'm thinking I need to get this win. We need to get this win. I might bring on the tall centre back to play up front to try and hold it up and stuff like that. And when people say that, nah, you should always go attack and stuff like that, I'm saying I understand your mindset because it's easy to say that online. But when the game is in front of you for real, you've actually got to do it for real. You might think differently. You might understand Arteta if you actually have experienced what he's going through.
Arteta wasn't.
You know what it is? It's like children. It's like children. Sorry,
Arteta wasn't happy at the end of the game. He
No, but
clearly made it seem like he wasn't his
what I'm
instructions to
saying
do.
is it's like children. Yeah, everyone talks about children and knows how to look after kids and says this and you should do this. But until you have your own kids, you will never understand what it's like to have kids. It's just as simple as that. That's just how it goes. Isn't it? Like everyone knows, oh, you should not do this to your child, or you should do this, or you should put your child to bed and you should tend to behave like that. But until you've got your own children, you will never understand what it's like to actually have kids. That's just the facts of it. You understand? So it's the same type of thing, I think, in terms of football and in terms of like until you've actually been on the grass or until you've actually coached and understood a few things, you won't really understand what it's like. Do you think these guys, they've got the best experts in the world telling them about what injuries and who's good and who can play? But do you think they don't know that Rice might need rest, for example? Do you think they don't? Do you think all the stats and stuff that they've got at the ground and all the experts and the millions and millions that they've got, do you think you can tell them whether he's got injured because of this or because of that?
But as you said, these guys don't know about trying to maintain match fitness, bringing on players last 10 minutes so they can get a runabout.
I did it. Do you know what? It's so funny. Yeah, I did this. I did a video the other day. Yeah,
you mentioned it to me.
Say that again.
You mentioned it to me.
Yeah, I mentioned it to you. I mentioned it to you as well. Yeah, of course. But I put a clip out the other day, and then I said like they're talking about Saka shouldn't. Like people were talking about Saka should never have come on for 20 minutes against. I can't remember what team it was. Was it Club Brugge? Club Brugge. Why is he coming on and stuff? And I'm saying, this is how I know you guys don't understand high level fitness and sport, because Saka's not coming on to try and win the game. Saka's coming on to maintain his fitness levels. That's why he's coming on. That's the reason. Otherwise, he would have to do high intense training outside of this. This is what these guys don't understand. And you see, when I put that clip out, behind the scenes, I had a few footballers that I know messaging me saying, bro, these men don't understand, bro. Don't even waste your time with it. They don't get it. Like, them men don't understand. People don't understand. Because when people tell me, why is Saka coming on for 20 minutes? Saka has to come on for 20 minutes. Otherwise, he's going to have to do a half an hour intense training session. He has to come on for 20 minutes, otherwise his fitness drops. Don't they get? I don't understand. Don't they understand things like that?
Let me ask you this: 7 days off, 3 days, 2 days at home during this week off. Is it good for them or is it bad for them?
It's good for them.
So when they miss a game, fitness-wise, is that negative?
But they'll train this week.
No, I mean, if Saka was to not play that last 20 minutes,
he would have to do some other training, some intense training to keep up to speed. It'd be the same thing anyway. It'd make no difference. The training that he would be doing anyway is the same thing as if him going on the pitch anyway. They just don't get that. They just think, oh no, why are you bringing him on? That's what he needs rest. When you say he needs rest, what do you think he's doing? Sitting at home in bed watching Netflix? Is that what they think rest is?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people seeing Declan Rice kicking ball in his backyard on his day off, and they're like, "Can this guy rest, please?" They don't
understand. They don't
get angry about that.
They just don't want him on the pitch. But what I'm saying is, even if he's not,
they don't want him kicking ball at home.
They don't get it, bro. They don't. And the reason why they don't get it, like I say, the kids analogy, is because they've never been in the field, or they haven't. And if you were in the field, you would understand these little nuances.
Okay, I like this. Let me mention some stuff. You tell me if this is nonsense or this is actual football conversations. What in actual football, when people are speaking about injuries, and they're saying in the context of a team not playing up to their level, do people say, you know what, that's an excuse, get on with it? Or they actually,
I don't get the question.
Because last season, everyone was just saying it's an excuse Arsenal have injuries, but Man City, Rodri's injured.
It's not an excuse. How's it an excuse? I was chatting to some footballers today, professional Premier League footballers today, this morning, yeah? They were telling me, yeah, you see in the football world, Gabriel is the man. He is that guy. Like people, I'm talking about, like, if I'll mention the names to you afterwards, yeah? He's the man. So they're saying, bro, as long as Gabriel's out, yeah, everyone's got confidence. So you see how we be like, oh, injury's an excuse, you've got backup players. Yeah, we have. But it's not just about how you feel. It's about how everyone else feels as well when he's not playing.
Morale, yeah.
It's not just about you. When Gabriel's not playing, it helps everyone else's mindset. These guys are like, Gabriel is that guy, bro. That's what I'm saying. So and I'm learning because obviously as an Arsenal fan, I'm learning about how they think. And these are guys that are playing against Gabriel week in, week out.
All right. I like this. Next point. What do you think about the morale of teams when they're facing Arsenal, for example? Do you think they look at us like, oh, these guys never won nothing, or do they look at us the same as how they look at City? These guys are a great team.
No, they look at us like this is our year, bro. When I'm like I said, afterwards I'm going to tell you who I'm talking about and stuff. They all think that, like they say to me, Arsenal's team is mental to play against. Yeah. This is what they say. I'm the guy that says, oh, we need to keep a lid on it, and I'm the negative one around them. These guys are playing in it, so they know a lot more than me.
Yeah, I know 2 guys who told me the same thing. They know Rico Henry and stuff. They're like, yo, these guys.
The guy that's saying, but we need to. I don't know, man. Like we've never done it. We've done it in years and stuff like that. They're telling me, bro, Arsenal's team is serious.
Do you think when you mention the injuries, do you think they're thinking to themselves, bro, you're playing like this when you're injured? Imagine when you're fit.
Of course they are. And this is why, like, it's good to get another side of it with people from inside the game, because you don't actually know what people are thinking unless they tell you. Like, you don't actually know. So the thing is,
you hear Carlo Ancelotti say we're gonna win the league. You hear Ralf Rangnick voted for Arteta to be the best manager last season. We didn't win nothing.
These guys, like I say, these guys, they're playing against these guys week in, week out, innit? These are professional footballers that I'm talking. I'm not talking about a YouTuber that's got a lot of followers. I'm not talking about a guy that I know that knows a guy. I'm talking about professional footballers that play against Arsenal, bro. They tell me Arsenal's team is a nightmare to play against. They are the hard team. They think that if Arsenal don't win the league, some of them think that Arsenal should win the league with ease.
Yeah, you know, I speak to some people. They tell me unless Arsenal has a gap, you're not going to win because Man City's experience, blah 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 blah.
That's what we think. I think that. I also believe in that mindset because obviously I'm a football fan watching it from this point of view. I'm not playing against Man City and then playing Arsenal the next
We
week.
lost them.
If I was playing one against the other, I might
You're
be
not
like,
playing,
oh, Arsenal's a lot better. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know the difference between them. I just know what I know and know that Man City are a nightmare for me to feel. And I'm sure the Arsenal players feel the same. I'm just talking about what people think about Arsenal day to day.
All right. What do people think about individual players of the team? Because football men who play in the sport of football, they love Odegaard. But
I was just about to mention this to you.
Football fans.
I was just about to mention this to you. So one of my friends, yeah, he said the two hardest players that he's ever played against, yeah, is Odegaard and Giroud. And I hated Giroud. Like I'm learning things. I used to think Giroud's rubbish. And he goes,
Yeah,
D,
I hate Giroud.
Hardest
center. Van Dijk said that's the toughest player he ever played against.
This is what he said to me. I said, Giroud's crap though. He goes, I'm telling you, that guy, he's massive with a brilliant touch. Like he is the hardest striker to play against. And I used to think, rubbish, man. Same with Odegaard. I look at Odegaard and I'm like, Odegaard is so frustrating. He can't shoot. He can't sprint. He can't run with the ball. He doesn't score goals. He hardly gets assists. He can't cross. Can't take free kicks. That's what I see. I see him do a couple of good like maneuvers with the ball and create a bit of space now and then. But overall, I'm like, I don't know, man. We need to replace him. Them guys that are playing against him tell me Odegaard is the hardest player to play against. That's what they tell me. So it's like it's a bit mad, isn't it? How different people see different things, isn't it? When you're playing against Odegaard, it's very different to me watching it.
Yeah, a lot of people rate Odegaard.
Who do you people listen to? A guy online or people that played against him?
Hey, let's debunk something. This season, Odegaard has not had a great season, right? But do you know how many games he's played?
He hasn't played that many. He's been injured for ages.
Do you know how many games he's played for 90 minutes?
No, it can't be a lot. 4?
In the league, 3.
It must be about that. He hasn't played. He's hardly played.
So when Mandem are out here speaking to me about Odegaard needs to be dropped, needs to be stripped of his captaincy, when has he played?
Another thing about stripping of his captaincy that people don't know, a lot of the time, well, a few times, players will vote for who they want to be captain. A lot of the time. The managers sometimes will let players decide. So it's all well and good saying strip him of the captaincy. But if you're a manager of a football team, it's like you, I don't know, you might be in charge of a group of kids that are playing something.
I was a basketball coach.
You're a basketball coach, right? And you say who the leader is and they decide who the leader is. Are you going to be like undermine them and say, no, it should be this guy because he seems like the captain? Okay, the manager is meant to potentially make the final decision, but you got to trust in your.
These guys usually pick the best player, and if they think Odegaard is the best player in the team, who am I to judge?
They probably don't even think the best player. They probably think the guy that is always doing the right thing because there's things that you don't see. So what people don't know about Arsenal is Odegaard is the mentor to the young academy kids. People don't know stuff like this. So when you got academy kids coming through, Odegaard is the mentor. He's the one that is actually in charge of the academy kids day to day and brings them up and makes sure they're doing the right thing and stuff like that. Arsenal fans just want a captain that is screaming and shouting. Now, Declan Rice comes across like an actual captain as well. I'm not going to deny that. He looks like a real captain.
Traditional English captain who's in your face.
He looks like he's the guy that will do what Odegaard does as well, put his arm around the right guys. And so I think we've just got another captain in the team as well.
We have multiple with Gabriel also.
Yeah, I just think it's just what it is. We've got Rice, we've got Odegaard, we've got Gabriel. They're all captain material. But when people say strip him of the captaincy, that will probably cause more unrest than togetherness. This is what they don't understand. That if Declan Rice is happy not having the armband, because it's only an armband, he can still do the same thing without the armband. So if Declan Rice is happy to not have it and Gabriel's happy to not have it, what's the issue?
But it doesn't help when you have guys like Tony Adams coming out saying it.
He come out and said it because that's how he feels. Obviously, he's entitled to his opinion, isn't it? He's actually entitled to his opinion. So that's how he feels. And a lot of people feel how he felt. So when I did my video on it, I'm just saying this is how I feel. And the timing what I felt was bad and it was unnecessary. You got asked a question, you answered it, fair enough. But what you say doesn't actually matter. Because the players have decided, and Arteta have decided it's Odegaard. And we are not there behind the scenes. If we were there behind the scenes, then we've got a better judgment. We don't know what he's like behind the scenes. We have
Do
no
you
idea.
blame Odegaard for the winner versus Villa? Because I see somebody in the chat blaming him for the goal.
No, Odegaard was playing well against Villa. I don't know what they're talking about. For the goal, it's because of him when we scored.
The goal that we conceded, they're blaming him for not.
Yeah, they're blaming him because obviously they wanna blame him. Oh, listen, Odegaard doesn't look like he's progressing. Should we say? It doesn't seem like he's progressing, but I just think like.
I think you need more than three 90-minute performances in the league to judge a player. Like if I name the games for you that he played 90 minutes, he played well. The games that he did not play 90 minutes, obviously he did not look that great.
It's not that again. What it is people have got like there's certain players that you
They have an agenda.
Yeah, so like Trossard, I've been guilty of it as well. I was guilty of it with Trossard. Like anything Trossard did wasn't good enough. Doesn't matter if he scored, he still had a bad game as far as I'm concerned. It's only
Odegaard was good against Brentford. He was good against Aston Villa.
He was brilliant against Club Brugge.
He was great against Club Brugge. Before that, his last full 90 was Olympiacos before he got injured in the West Ham game. He was man of the match in the Champions League against Olympiacos in the game that we won 2-0. Then he played for Moldova against Moldova for his country. He got the game they scored 11 goals where he created like the most chances in European qualifier history, and he got 2 assists, 1 goal. Then he played 90 minutes versus Manchester United. So in the whole season, he's played 90 minutes for four times all comps. No, yeah, 5 times all competitions, club and country. 5 times he's played all. That's not much. And people are acting like this guy's washed, this guy's useless. The way we speak about footballers and certain people speak about football, they dumb it down so much to make it seem like everybody's just either shit or good. And sometimes there's context behind why the player's not performing well. If you're getting 30, 20 minutes every single game, you're obviously not going to be up to the same level as if you're starting the game and performing for the full 90. And even then, for you to have 3 injuries back to back, coming on shoulder injury, coming on shoulder injury, coming on knee injury, you don't think that's going to impact your performances for the remainder of the season slightly? Every time having to come back, regain momentum, get injured, come back, regain momentum, get injured. I want to see him for a run of games before I judge him and say, oh, this is not the same player anymore. Because people are just jumping to conclusions that I don't like the narrative around Odegaard. Because the same narrative they have around Odegaard was the same narrative they had around Havertz, is the same narrative they have around anybody that they don't like. And the player that they like is not performing also. Eze, Gyokeres, they're not performing to the level that people expected either. But guess what? They're not going to get criticized because they're new signings. They don't deserve to get criticism either. But at the same time, some of these guys who are new signings are not outperforming the previous players we had in the building.
I agree with you, bro. I don't think I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. The thing we need to try and work on is to get the best out of Odegaard. The only issue is with Odegaard is that we feel like he just doesn't get enough goals or assists. That's what it comes down to. Like, even if he plays well, people want goals and assists. Now, people will always say it's not about goals and assists, but then use it against you. That's the issue. So, Odegaard, he needs to step up.
Somebody said, Egal, don't you do the same thing with Foden? Listen, I judge Odegaard at a high level. Odegaard has not been nowhere near the same level as he was supposed to be. Right? At this moment in time, Odegaard gets the same criticism that Foden gets. You reach this level, you show that you're at this level, you're categorized as one of the best players in your position, you have to perform like it. If not, you're going to get criticism. Some of the criticism is fair. I just feel like when you've played 3 games, criticizing a player. Like right now, if I was to criticize Rodri and say he's no longer a Ballon d'Or level player, that would be ridiculous. How many games has he played? Foden played pretty much almost every game. There's a difference.
I agree. I just think it's hard to like have an actual idea of what's really going on. Depends on who you talk to. Depends on what they say.
Hey, by the way, happy birthday to Martin Odegaard. I said happy birthday on Twitter. Some guys just started saying LGBT. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these people, man?
I don't know about all that. I don't
You
know.
say happy birthday, people start moving mad. But yo, the Gyokeres thing. I know you're gonna want to talk about it. I wanted to bring it up first.
No, I want to hear your thoughts on it.
I feel like certain people went to bat for Gyokeres in the summer so much, they're gonna make themselves look like an idiot if they flip on him. So they're going to war for him.
I was one of them though.
No, but I want Gyokeres. Don't get me wrong. I wanted Gyokeres. I was one of the people who were saying I prefer Gyokeres, but if we got Sesko, I wouldn't be like he's shit, he's garbage, this and that.
Listen, let me give you this. Let me give you this scenario. I said it to my brother yesterday, and I said it to a couple guys for the game, and I said, I would send a 40 million offer for Watkins.
We have too many forwards. That's the problem.
So
we have too many forwards.
We need Ollie Watkins right now,
bro. It's not about what we need. It's about trying to see what we have. We have enough attacking quality in this team to go on and win the league.
We need them
to. The reality is Watkins is not much better than what we already have. He's not. That's the reality.
He'd be the best striker. He'd be the best striker of our club.
Guess what? Havertz goes to Aston Villa. He might be better than Watkins.
No.
I'm just telling you right now, there's no guarantee that Ollie Watkins comes in and gives us anything more than what we already have. I don't want to add more of the same. If we're gonna add something, if we're gonna add something in this window, we need to subtract something first, because there's only so much minutes that can go around. There's only so much you can have squad harmony when you have so many players. You need to have a level of harmony, and I just don't think if we're gonna sign a player, I think there's a better chance of us signing another midfielder or defender than there is us signing another striker. Maybe forward.
I agree with that, but what I'm talking about what we need to win the league. I understand what you're saying.
What we need to win the league is to get the midfield and attack clicking, to be able to create enough chances and finish enough of those chances for us to see out some of these games. What we lack in these games is the clinical edge, which we've lacked for a while. Our strength is not our attack. Our strength is our midfield and defense. As long as we know that, we will continue to be a team.
Our midfield is our strength. Our midfield is
I'm saying our weakest point in the team is our attack. Our stronger points in our team is our defense and our midfield. Compared to our attack, those two are much stronger, right? Now, outside of Bukayo Saka, Eze can pop up for a goal here and there. Trossard can pop up for a goal here and there. Martinelli on occasion. Nani Madueke scored his first 2 goals for Arsenal recently. And you also now have Gyokeres in the building, Jesus in the building, and Havertz in the building. We have more than enough attacking quality. What I need is that team to be coached well enough to generate enough chances for us to win. Because we get chances, we don't bury them. From corners, we get chances.
We don't make that many chances.
From corners, we get chances. From
we're not a team that creates chances right now.
We create enough chances in these games to win them.
Nah, we don't, bro. We don't. The last few years, like before, we used to create chances and miss them a lot. Now we didn't make chances.
1 second. Just look at the game versus Wolves. We had a lot of shots. A lot of those shots were close enough for us to score goals. They were. Odegaard side netted. Martinelli had 2 headers. You had, if I'm not mistaken, Gyokeres turned the player.
No. I'm not saying that there weren't chances in the game. I'm saying as a team, if you're looking at this team, one thing that most people are complaining about right now, and I'm talking about people that every game that they go to and is that we don't create chances. There's no creativity in our team. That's the biggest thing right now. The
We
biggest thing
have
is that there's no creativity in our team.
we have creativity. The difference between us and City is City have clinical finishers, bro.
No way.
What are we doing?
No way.
What are we
No
doing?
way. The
What are we
difference
doing?
is not about that they have clinical finishes. The difference is that they've got far more creativity. They've got players like Bernardo Silva. Beforehand they had the De Bruyne's, the Foden. These guys are far more creative than our players, bro. Far more creative, far more intricate, far more. They've got far more like you know what I mean, a bit more swag, a little bit more like just everything's just a little bit more flary than us. Ours is way too robotic and static. Ours, we don't create, we don't have any individual off the cuff football. That's not how we play. Our play is systematic and designed.
I disagree. I think Erling Haaland is a player who you give him 2 chances, he's slapping it into the back of the net.
No,
right?
but I'm saying I'm not saying whether he scores. Of course, we know he scores. But my point is, with City, you know, like for example, Wenger used to always say, "My job is to get you to the last third, and your job is to put the ball in the net." He can't get you, and Pep used to say this as well. They get you to the final third. The rest is down to you guys. When you get to the final third, find something. Yeah, because there's certain things in football that you can't actually teach. Like we can do pass and move as much as we want. But when you get to the final third, there's moments that just require your individual brilliance.
All right. Let me tell you this.
Let me finish. Yeah. With Arsenal, we don't have players. The only player that we've kind of got that kind of do that, Saka has done it in the past, is probably more Eze. That can kind of just say, okay, let me just figure this out right now, here and now. But most of the team is systematic. It's a system that's designed. It doesn't matter whether you play Odegaard or Eze or Saka or Madueke or whatever, it's going to be similar patterns of play. If you watch City, it's very different if you play Bernardo Silva than if you play Shirky. It's very different if you play Shirky than if you play, I don't know, Savinho. It's very different. It's not different if we take out Saka and play Madueke. It's the same. It's the same. Odegaard will play the same passes. He will play to the same guy, and Madueke will just go and start running at his fullback, just like Saka does. They're different players, but it's the same. It's the same in football.
Can you name the 3 big chances versus Wolves?
The 3 big chances. It depends what you class as
outside of the goals. The 3 chances where we could have scored in the first half.
There was a couple of chances. We had the Martinelli header. We had a couple of chances. A couple of shots. Blocks let me
remind you. You had Declan Rice's shot from outside the box, Timber's header inside the box from the dink to from Zubamendi, and the Martinelli headers. In my opinion, a more clinical team buries at least 1 out of those 3.
But the Declan Rice wasn't a chance.
Declan Rice's shot from outside the box. Declan Rice's shot from outside the box. I see Phil Foden score that on a regular basis.
No,
that's not score that on a regular basis.
That's like he shifted the ball to the right. He's 25 yards out and he shot. That's not a chance.
How many times a week do we see teams scoring from outside the box? What are we talking about?
I know that I'm saying he can score it. It can be a goal, but not every goal that goes in was a chance created. Like you're assuming that because the goal scored, it was a chance. Like the goal that we scored from the corner, it was our own goal. That's not a chance.
It's not.
It's just
you know what is a chance? Declan Rice shooting from literally right in the middle of the box.
Whoa, that's not a chance. He shifted the ball to the right and shot.
Okay, what about so I'm not counting the ones that didn't even get off target, right? There was 2 shots that we had, I think, on target the whole game. So it's not really. It's not.
Only made the first save in about 67 minutes.
The fact that we don't get even our shots on target just goes to tell me we
didn't create any chances. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I rewatched the game. I'm telling you, bro. I rewatched the whole game. We create chances.
No, we don't.
What we don't do is the chances that we do create, they don't end up registering as big missed chances because we don't even get the shot on target.
Well, that's what we're talking about. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about quarter chances and half chances. I'm talking about real chances.
Do you
Obviously,
know how many
everyone's
times?
taking
Yeah.
chance.
Okay, so now we're in the same picture. Other teams get get their chances and they at least get a shot. They make the keeper worried. We're not making the keeper worried because we're so wasteful in the final third.
I
Like,
agree. There's no chances, bro. Well, okay. In the last few games, all right. In the last few games, tell me a player or a shot or opportunity that you think, oh, he should have scored that. There hasn't been any opportunity. Every goal that we scored is not oh, he should have scored that. When's the
I'll
first
take
time
you back to the Burnley game.
Burnley?
Not because I don't have a. I don't remember. I don't
Yeah, go
remember
on.
every moment.
Yeah, go
I
on
don't
then.
remember every moment. That's the thing.
Yeah, go on then. Go on to Burnley. Go on.
Saka, 2 times he was 1v1 versus Burnley. Or
Yeah, Saka. Yeah,
Gyokeres.
that's what I'm saying. That Burnley game, I would say, yeah, Saka should have scored. So yes, we created chances in that game. But I'm saying
All right.
overall,
Let me take you to Aston Villa.
Chelsea, 10 men, Chelsea. How many chances did we create?
Aston Villa. Trossard
No,
shouldn't have scored.
don't go to Aston Villa. Let's go in systematic order. So let's go. We went to Tottenham. We beat Tottenham convincingly. Cool. Chelsea. How many chances? And against 10 men, how many chances did we create against Chelsea?
How many chances did we create versus Chelsea?
Or roughly, how many chances did it feel like we had? I'm not going to ask you to go and remember the whole game, but did
I'm
it
not gonna
feel
lie to
like?
you. I only really remember the Moreno chance, the goal that Moreno scored, and one opportunity Timber had late in the game.
We didn't have any chances. Chelsea were comfortable in that game. That was a comfortable
Do you
defensive
remember
football.
Timber late in the game had an opportunity?
He might have had a half chance, a couple of header and stuff, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't hard for Chelsea. It wasn't. There was no chances created in that game.
Yeah, but you know what? Chelsea also didn't have many chances. That's true.
They had 10 men, nigga. And they had better chance, and they had 10 men, and they created more dangerous positions than us.
You
So
see, but this is what you're doing. We create dangerous positions in all our games. We do the same thing that they did versus us. The shots get blocked or saved.
But it's very different. It being 10 men playing 11. We've got 11 men. They've got 10. They shouldn't have more dangerous positions than us. But they've got a man less.
Majority, obviously, I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. So
overall performance for our games, it's very simple. In my opinion, we get enough half chances where we can bury our teams, but we're not clinical enough in some of these games.
We don't. And then okay, let's go through again. Wolves, no chances.
Okay, what about Bayern Munich? Those 3 chances that we created in that game, that we scored from.
We created a chance against Bayern Munich. But I'm giving you what I'm saying to you is, if we have a period of 10
but the game is the game is a completely different game if we don't score that first goal from Timber in the set piece.
No, but we did. I'm saying the point I'm making,
because if you really compare the Bayern Munich game, we won the game 3-1, but the only difference between the fact in the performance is, one, we scored a set piece goal to start the game, and then from there on, when we conceded, we were still comfortable because they never really were doing nothing. We ended up finishing off the game, winning the game 3-1, but the overall performance was only great because the guys finished off their chances. Some of these chances, we get the same. My point is, we get the same quality of chances in some of these games, which we don't finish off.
No, we don't.
We don't get. How many games in a row do we see the ball go across the pitch like it did for Madueke's last goal versus Bayern?
In 10 games, we had 10 games. In 5 of those games, we'd have loads of chances, and 5 we wouldn't. I'd say half and half, which is not.
Let's go to another game where there was a very low scoring game.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa 2-1. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember everything that happened in that game, but I do know that the momentum, everything shifted to Aston Villa at the end because we were basically playing for the draw.
No, but you're giving a reason why there's no chances, and I'm not giving a reason. I'm just saying that there were no chances. You're telling me the reason why, and this is that's not really the point. The point I'm making is the way we play football is not based. It's based on structure to make sure that your team is built solid first.
There were 1 second. there were at least Odegaard. You remember Odegaard? Shoot, shoot, shoot. What does he do? Straight at the keeper. Saka, shoot, shoot, shoot. What does he do? Straight at the keeper.
They're not clear-cut chances, though.
They were, bro. They were. I'm talking.
Had a couple of opportunities that on another day you might be able to have a better shot on it go in, but that's not
okay. What about Saka's header? Saka's header in the early in the game, he has to score that.
I don't think you get what I'm saying. I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Maybe I don't get what you're saying. I'm specifically speaking about the chances that we did get. You're speaking about the quality of the chances needing to be better.
Of course, that's what chances created is. To me, if you're a team, you got to remember, we're not Burnley, we're not Wolves, we're top of the league, and our history is about creative football, attacking football. It's not like our team is based on defensive football. Our whole team for years has been attacking football. Our philosophy, is dominate the ball, attacking football, creativity. Everybody knows there's a lack of creativity in this team.
Can you pull up Mike?
Show you that.
Can you pull up Mikey B400 comment? I think he's 100% right. Arteta has to conduct a serious review this week on what happened over the last couple of days.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with what I was saying. You're taking it to some random place. What I'm saying was about that we need to create more chances. Isn't it?
Don't you think they do video analysis and look back at the games and see what we're talking about?
Of course they do. Of course they do.
So how do we approach our build-up play differently for Everton?
I don't think we will. I don't think Arteta wants our build-up play to be different.
We need to be more inventive with our creation.
Yeah, because he's not going to do that. He likes the solid, like defense first.
No, but we need to find ways to get Gyokeres more involved.
I don't think he's worried about that. I'll be real. I don't think he's interested in that at all.
We need to find ways to get Eze more involved. Eze, when he's playing, he's on a passenger.
I don't think he's interested in that. Arteta likes to control every single facet of the game. When I say everything,
he likes to control how his players progress the ball.
No.
So what do you think he tells them about the attack?
I think he's making sure that he's saying that, listen, over the course of the game, if we limit their chances, we will end up somehow, some way, making some on our own. So
are we not coaching attacking play?
I can't answer that question because I don't know. I'm sure he would be, but our players are good enough to win games. It's not like they can't win games. And we're top of the league still, so it's not, I can't say it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Right now, his system's working, isn't it? We're top of the league.
What's your morale like? Right now, if I told you, are you more confident that we're going to kick on and when our players get back, or do you feel like you're kind of down?
When the players come back, we'll be fine. But I still feel like we're in a good place, man, because we needed that win against Wolves. However, and we needed this week off.
I agree.
We needed this week off. We needed to just reset a little bit and just everyone go home to their families for a bit, have some fun, Christmas time.
Did you see my tweet about Everton after the game?
They got 5 players missing.
I feel like I was the first person to notice it because everyone else was just like still thinking about the last game we had. I'm thinking about the next game. I spoke to an Everton fan. He told me, bro, you're gonna smash us. Basically, we don't have Ngai. We don't have Gay, Njai, and Grealish plus Drewsbury Hall. So there are 4 attacking players / midfielders are all out.
Yeah, I know that. It's a big problem for them. But that's the same as Sunderland. Sunderland have got 6 to 8 players missing at the Stadium of Light when they play Man City.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's too early for us to be watching Man City games.
Oh no, I'm already watching Man City games.
It's too early for us watching Man City games.
Right. I'm watching Man City games and Chelsea games. And now, Aston Villa.
Also, when Man City fans, you don't see Man City fans sitting here bitching and moaning about they gave up too many chances to Wolves. I mean, gave up too many opportunities to Crystal Palace.
They would do.
No, but when they win games, they move on. I don't see City fans sitting there crying about their defense after they beat Fulham. You know what I mean?
And I get what you're saying, but I just feel like
When they beat Leeds, I didn't see them sitting there analyzing how they're not going to win the league
because you know
because
why? Because they've won 4 in a row a couple of years ago.
my point is Manchester City, they understand that you can get better throughout the season. Arsenal, it seems like whatever you're doing at that moment in time is make or break for the rest of the year. You're
Yeah,
fucked.
but that's because we're in a different situation, bro. You can't
No,
compare.
I think the fan base is mentally weak, bro.
But whether they're mentally weak or not, the scenarios are not the same.
The
You've not won the
fans
league.
leaving the stadium
We
with
haven't won the league for 20 years. They won the league 2 years ago.
bro, you were at the stadium, am I not wrong? Versus Wolves.
No, I didn't go. I'm going next week though.
All right. The
It's too
Wolves
late.
game, bro, they left. They just left.
Yeah, but that doesn't change anything. Whether they should have left or not, that doesn't change the fact that you have to remember
They shouldn't have left.
Arsenal's a bigger club than Man City, bro. Arsenal have won more than Man City over the course
But
of
you
the
know
history of the
something?
club.
Their fan base moves like they know.
I think you're getting it confused with like thinking that the new school fans are the only fans. Like,
Bro,
the fact is
90% of the people that come on Dan's channel are old school and they act like kids sometimes.
No, the reason why they act like that is because they've seen the good times. They don't act like that because they want to hate Arsenal. Of course, we go back and forth with them because of certain pointers. I get that, but they have seen the glory days. You have to remember, people like Jez and that, these men go, and Kenny Ken, they go every single week, bro. These men pay thousands of pounds to go and watch their club, bro.
Okay.
They've seen the glory. Like me, I've seen the glory days. I was at Highbury. I've seen the glory days of Arsenal.
I understand that, but my thing is the way you beat a team is you beat their resolve and their mentality that they can still go on and win it. There's people who we are up top of the Premier League and top of the Champions League, and they already are packing in the season.
I get that. I'm not talking about that. That's not what I was talking about.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, but
when I see people come out and say, "I told you so," this manager needs to be sacked. We're not winning shit under this manager after a win.
You're changing the whole point of the convo. Like that wasn't.
No, but that's where I'm at. When I hear stuff, that's what I hear.
Do you think the fan base is mentally weak? And then you're talking about people online that are irritated with Arteta. Do you get it?
Bro, these are the same people we're on panels with on a regular.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, when I go to games with the actual hardcore fans that go away games and stuff like that, these guys, they know that this team's good. They're irritated with certain aspects, but they know the team's good.
Yeah,
these guys are not online streamers.
There's three different types of fans. There's the people who are level-headed and stay level-headed throughout the whole
You're focusing on the online lot too much. That's the point I'm making.
No, but everybody's online. The level-headed fans are online.
Everybody isn't online.
No, the level-headed fans are online. The negative fans are online, and the positive fans are online. And in my opinion, the loudest people I hear are the people who, after every poor performance, want to write off the whole team.
And you need to press on your YouTube, don't recommend.
How do I do that?
That's what you need to do, because you're listening to the wrong people. I don't do that. I don't listen to people I don't want to hear. I've never been like that. If I don't want to hear them, I won't listen. I can't see you at all on my YouTube. It doesn't recommend you. It don't come up. I'm not like that. I don't do that at all. The reason why you're in that way and that mindset is because you feel like you get a hard time online because you're one of those people that say things, so people kind of go back and forth with you a lot. You're like a reference point for like the positive Arsenal fans, and so that's why you have a natural vendetta against people, because you've been online for a long time doing that. And I don't have that with people, because I don't care at all about what they say or think at all. Like, if I don't like you, I'll just don't recommend, unsubscribe. Normal. I don't see it. The only time I see certain people is when I'm on the show with them on Dan Potts' channel. Other than that, I don't see you. That I'm not like that. My YouTube recommended ain't gonna come up with people I don't want to see. So I don't. When people say, "Oh, did you see what this one was saying?" or "Did you hear what that one was saying?" I don't hear anything. If I wanted to hear it, I would have heard. I hear the people that I want to hear. So I don't get that. Bro.
Forget it.
We're done an hour anyway. You know what I'm saying? So big up the
What's
people.
your prediction for the Everton game?
Huh? What you said? What'd you say? Ah, he's frozen. I don't even know what he said. But yeah, anyway, big up the chat. Maybe it's me that's frozen. Don't even know. Big up the.
It's me. But by the way, I agree with Chief, bro. People make videos about me, so obviously I'm gonna end up seeing it eventually. Like the other day, I had an underwear model trying to cuss me. It was weird.
That's what it is, man. It comes with the territory, innit? Not them. It's in every family. It comes with the territory. People think they're above others because they got more followers than you. It don't make no difference to me. But I don't live on.
What's your prediction for the Everton game, man? Forget other people.
I think 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal victory.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm gonna go 2-0. I think we're gonna keep a clean sheet, and I just hope with all their players out that we don't give Everton an opportunity to hold on to anything.
No, I hear that. But yeah, listen, I gotta go and sort out some stuff anyway. So big up the people in the chat. Big up my people. Them. You going live? You're not going live?
No, I'm not going live today.
Okay,
I'm not feeling well, bro. After this, I'm done.
Yeah, you did say that actually. To be fair.
Anyways, you have a good day, guys. Catch you on the next one.
Let me redirect over to someone. Let me see who's on right now. I'm gonna redirect over to Mr. Deludiguna, who is live right now. So obviously that's my bro.
Go check out DG, guys.
Go on that DG FamZone TV raid. DEEGAL raid. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll catch you next week, Wednesday, 2 p.m. on DEEGAL Show on his channel next week. We rotate it weekly. I'll see you then.